Hello everybody, Vagabond here, and time for another one of my random top 5 lists. Today I'm going to list my top 5 favorite games of all time. And to make it to this also exclusive list, the game has to either be a game that I've sank like hundreds of hours into, or the kind of game that introduced me to a new type of gaming, that showed me what gaming could be. And so, without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5 is Skyrim. I got this from my parents for Christmas 2011, and that's pretty much what my Christmas holidays from school of 2011 consisted of. This is the first RPG I actually enjoyed. I had played a few Fallout New Vegas, wasn't really my cup of tea, but I really enjoyed Skyrim. I still go back and play from time to time, even though I've maxed my character out and all that, but it introduced the element of exploration games. Up till then, I kind of liked games that are like on a rail type thing, just kind of told you where to go, like everywhere. But after Skyrim, I appreciate games that allow you to explore and find your own way yourself, which is why Skyrim makes onto my list. Number 4 on my list is Borderlands II, which came out in 2012. While I was first introduced to the Borderlands series for Borderlands 1, it's obvious that Borderlands 2 is the better game. It's more colourful, the art style is nicer, there's better writing, the story is better, there are more guns. The things that are funny in Borderlands 1 are just amplified. It's just packed with really, wacky, over-the-top kind of characters, and it's probably the funniest game I've ever played. I've about over 150 hours of gameplay in it, and actually most of this is actually in split screen with my brother, because it's a really fun game, split screen, and that's another reason why I made this list. Like, not many games these days support on the couch co-op, but this game does, which is why it's on the list. Coming in at number 3 on my list is Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Now, before you start complaining, oh no, how did a Call of Duty make his list? He must have no taste. If you go back to my top 5 Call of Duty lists, Black Ops 1 was the best of the Call of Duties, and it's one of my favorite games. It's the game that got me into online first-person shooters. Like, I got the game when it came out in 2010, but back then I didn't have internet. I only got internet in 2011, and even then it was kind of patchy 3G Wi-Fi type internet. But a year later, when I got some decent internet, I really began to enjoy this game. Like, I soon began to pick up the game, get better at it, and to this day, it's still my favorite online first-person shooter. Like, I'd rather this than any other Call of Duty, any other like Killzone, Battlefield, Crisis, anything like that. Black Ops 1 is best first-person shooter online, in my opinion. Now, coming in second, and this is a very hard decision whether to make this first, but I decided to make second. It is Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots. It came out in 2008. Back then, I wasn't even into any games over 12 plus, like Spyro, Sonic, all those kind of things. They're my kind of thing. I was only about 13 at the time. But that Christmas I just got my PS3, and my brother went out and bought this game because there's nothing on it that he enjoyed. And at first I just watched him play it, but after a few months later, I was bored and was homesick from school, and I decided I'll give this a go. And I absolutely loved it. I went out. Well, as soon as I cleared it, I went and rooted out his old copy of Metal Gear Solid 1 and cleared that. Then over the next year or so, I bought the other two, and really started my love for this series. And also like more advanced with video games with more in-depth stories. That's all started with the Metal Gear Solid 4, which is why it takes the runner-up position on my list. And now, drum roll please, my favourite game of all time is Rockstar's Western masterpiece, Red Dead Redemption. This game is amazing. The story about how I got this game is actually kind of funny. Like, I had played Splinter Cell Conviction at my friend's house, and I thought it was amazing, especially because I had a co-op thing. I thought that'd be fun to play with my brother. And I went into GameStop, I still had a voucher from Christmas, but then I realized I discovered it was 360 exclusive, and it obviously wasn't on the PS3, and I was really disappointed. Then I saw Red Dead um, on for sale, and I remember seeing an ad for it on the television, and I just bought it on the whim, and I was blown away by it. The story is only slightly less compelling than The Last of Us. The gameplay is amazing. The horses actually look good, not like the retarded camels you see in Assassin's Creed. Um, there's so much extra stuff to do once the main game is over. This is the only game I actually 100% cleared twice. So that's about 160 hours played in a game that's not even a role-playing game. If any of you haven't played it, go out and buy it. It only costs 15 quid now. Like, well, that's my top five. What's yours? Leave a comment. That's enough for me for today. Vagabond out.
Joe, give me a hand.